Okay guys, we're going to continue making our stick blender here. We're going to do the turbo button, which you can see on the front elevation here. So to do that we need to use the text tool to type with. So you just hit text, start point, just roughly wherever. Size is like 3mm or something. Turbo, okay. Little large, so we can just scale that down. Sorry, no. Using our gumball, just holding shift until we get it just sort of the right size. That looks okay. Alright, next thing we need to do here is go ahead and explode this. What that'll do, so click our text, sorry. For some reason on my elevations, let's grab that, change that object layer, turn it on, lock these again. Okay. What we need to do is hit explode. Now that'll turn it into curves, which is what we want. I'm going to also do an offset. I'm going to do corners round, and I'll just do it maybe 0.1. I'll select these. Okay, that adds a bit of thickness to it. And if you notice I use the round corners option, it puts a fillet on for me as well. These need to offset the other way. They just weren't quite thick enough, the letters. I didn't like the font. I'm just going to add some fillets in, I guess, in these sharp corners. So we'll just go curve, fillet curves, maybe, I don't know, 0.4 we'll try. That's a bit big. 0.2. There you go, that's better. Make sure we don't have any sharp corners. We do have to run fillets around this. Okay, got our turbo there, looking good. We've got two curves here somehow, so I'll delete one of those. Turbo, cool. We'll select all that. I'm going to hit group. Now we can turn our surfaces back on. In the same way we did before, I'm just going to go ahead and hit actually I'll explode this a little bit. I just noticed that these two letters are a bit close to each other, so I'm going to ungroup. Oops, what did I do? Undoing, explode. Okay. I'm going to ungroup this, move these two across just a little, give myself a bit more breathing space. I might move this T across a little. Okay, this thing still needs to move a little bit. Alright, that looks pretty good. Okay, the next thing we need to do is center these letters on our center line. So to do that, I'm just going to drop a straight line down from here, and I'm going to draw a straight line out. Okay, I'll trim those, and with this line is now the exact same width as our text. I'm going to move that to coincide with our midpoint, or our 0. So I'll just draw a straight line up from 0, as you've seen me do a few times. I'm going to select all this text as well as my straight line here. I'm going to hit move. With my mid snap turned on, I'm going to go from mid straight across. Okay. Now I know my text is centered. Okay. Next step, turn my surfaces on, hit project, and we'll select the curves to project, which are going to be all of these curves here. Okay, and we'll project them onto this, making sure we're looking flat onto our stick blender. Okay. These extra curves can get deleted. Fantastic. So now what we're left with are some curves on our stick blender. Now I've just noticed that my words have gone on backwards, and that's because my front view is actually looking at the back of my stick blender. I need to fix that. I need to go to front, set view, and back. There we go. That's correct. So I'm going to go ahead and just bring my center line back. Okay. What I'm going to do is just flip this text around because they're going the wrong way. So I'm just going to hit mirror. I'm going to start it there, end it there. Okay. And you can see now that's the correct way. Alright. If you have that problem, you just need to set the view to back. Okay, let's go to ghost it again. Let's project this once again, see if that's fixed it. Select curves to project. I can just barely see these. Turbo. Okay. And this is the surface. Hitting enter. Okay. Now you can see the word turbo is the correct way. Reading on our stick blender. There we go. So nearly there. What we need to do now is split this object, split this front surface. So what we're going to do is go surface, we'll just go split. Select object to split, which will be our main body. Select cutting object, which is going to be all of these surfaces. And we'll hit enter. Okay. You can see what we've got now is a curve and the surface split up. There you go. What we need to do is move these back into the stick blender and then loft between them. Easiest way to do that is just to select all of these surfaces. Okay. We're going to go into our right hand view, type move. I'm just going to hold shift here. I'll put a distance of maybe 0.4. Maybe 0.4 is fine. Hold shift to make sure that it goes straight back in, and you can see now those have been offset into the model. Last thing, we need to do the same thing for these curves, except what we want to do is a tiny bit different. We just want to copy and paste these. Hit Control C, V, so it's copied and pasted. We're going to move it from here, 0.4 again, hold shift, and now we've got a model here. If I hide that main surface, oh well, you can see here we've got all these holes now between that we need to fill. I'm going to go ahead and hide this main surface, hide all my little letter surfaces. Just leave me with my curves, and then I'm going to go surface and loft. And I'll just loft in between them. Okay. Okay. Nearly there. If you've done this all correctly, this should be a very easy process. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and go edit, select objects and surfaces. Okay, we'll change the object layer. Oops. Edit, select objects, surfaces. I'm not selecting for some reason. That's okay. I'll just manually select them all at this point and change them, put them on the base layer. I'm going to turn off my buttons, curves, and unhide everything. And you can see now we've got these all on the same layer. Last thing I'm going to do, or second last thing, is join these all up. I've got one surface, which is good. I'll just turn the ISO curves off. Okay. Now what we want to do here is add some fillets. So at this point I would save and try to do some filleting. Solid fillet edge. No, we've missed a fillet just here, so let's put these fillets in here. I think we did 0.2, so let's just put some fillets in here. Anywhere else we missed some fillets? Okay. Let's try another fillet of maybe 0.05. We'll chain edges here. Okay, and that seems to have worked. This U's been tricky. It seems to have worked. Making sure we get all those little edges. That one's not working. We'll come back to it. Oops. Chain edges. That's good. And we'll do the same for this circle. Again, this little edge is going to help catch light when we go to render and make it stand out a lot more. So the only problem we seemingly have was down here. Let's zoom in and see what's going on. It looks like there's a bit of a sharp edge in there, so I might try fillet that itself, see if that needs to be rounded off. Okay, it did. It's just sometimes the typed curves aren't perfectly smooth, so we'll try to do another fillet there of 0.5 again. I think we did, sorry, 0.05. Try chain edges, see where we go. This might be a problem as well. Let's see how we go. It looks like it will be. There you go. Okay. Let's try fillet edge. No, it's not going to work. Okay. I might go ahead and grab that surface in here. This little surface just through here that's giving us the problems, and delete that. And then I have to add a new surface in here, so I'm going to just do it from draw a straight line from my quad. I don't want project turned on. From my quad to my quad. Okay, we'll use that surface to trim this. Okay, let's explode this. And let's trim this. That's fine. There you go. And what we need to do is make a blend curve from here to here. Okay. We can just do tangent, that's fine. We'll hit OK. We can okay, I'm not sure what that's created. Let's just delete that. Let's try that again. Curve, blend curve, adjustable blend curve. We'll do this surface edge to this surface edge. We'll hit OK. Let's try it up the front. Doesn't seem to want to work. Surface edge to surface edge. Okay, we want to hit join. And we'll go OK. Now that curve should technically be okay. Copy and paste, and we move it down here. So we've got those curves now. You can see that we have to cut this surface a bit and add a bit of surface here, so we'll do that. I'm going to hit trim. Okay, I'll just trim this little surface away here. I'll do the same thing for this little bit of surface. Oops. Wrong way. There we go. Okay. Now we just need to fill in this little bit of surface, which is going to be a bit annoying. What's the easiest way of doing this? Let's go ahead and actually first, before we do that, let's do a surface loft and loft between here and here. Okay. You see now that we've got a continuous surface running. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and join all these surfaces up. Okay. We're going to what have we got? A little gap there. Can we go surface? Or we can just put a patch in. It's so small that it might not matter. No, it's not right. We're going to have to retrim this whole thing. So instead, I'm just going to go back and delete all these surfaces. Instead of trying to muck around with this anymore, I'm going to go ahead and hit untrim. Give me my R back. Get all these curves gone. I'm going to turn my button curves back on, the R. Okay. I'm going to go to wireframe. I'm going to delete the ones on the surface. Okay, you can see we're back at the original R here. So that we do have that problem just here with our curves. So what we're going to do is fix it here. I'm going to go from my quad, past there maybe to around here. I'm going to trim this original curve. Now by original curve, trim, there you go. Original curve, I mean the curve that is on our center plane before we projected it. Now I'm going to blend curve. Okay, looks like I've got some double curves here. Which could have been a problem as well. Okay, curve, blend curve, adjustable blend curve. That looks like do curvature. No, tangents is fine. Okay. We'll join this all back up. Fantastic. Okay, make sure we put that back on our buttons layer. Alright, let's go ahead and project that R. So we're going to hit project. Curves to project is these. And we want to project onto this. Okay. Let's turn our model on, and we'll go through the same steps again. So we're going to split this surface using these curves. We're going to move that surface back 0.4. Okay, we're going to copy and paste these curves and move them back 0.4. Okay, we're going to do a loft, so surface and loft between this profile of curves. Make sure you select the curves and that one. Sorry, select close curves and curves. Okay, and the same here. Okay. So change the layer. We can now turn off our curves here. Join this all up. Oops, I need to join the whole thing. I exploded the whole thing. Let's join the whole thing. One closed poly surface. That's what we want. Now let's try to do these fillets. Solid fillet edge 0.05, I think we said. Same issue, no. There you go, fixed. So it's always those little details that can get you bogged down with these little fillets. Again, just be aware of any little sharp surfaces that are causing that. Go back and edit your curves, and you can see now that we have a really nice embossed logo and some debossed details on the top of our stick blender. Hopefully that was helpful. I tried to add some troubleshooting in as well, because I'm sure you guys will run into problems, and it often does just go back and edit your curves and then try it again, making sure that they're all smooth, so you can use them. Alright, thank you very much, guys.